Welcome back to Talkarto, where we handpick hidden gems and gold mines to curate a recommendation list that fits your expectations perfectly. Over the last 10 years, the war genre has shifted from simple heroics to visceral, technical masterclasses that put you directly into the mud and the cockpit. Today, we aren't just looking at history, we're looking at the films that push the boundaries of visual language and sound design. From the claustrophobic depths of a submarine to the sweeping, brutal landscapes of 19th century Europe, these are the 10 films that define modern combat cinema. But stay tuned, because our number one pick isn't just a movie, it's a polarizing, massive-scale epic that redefined the historical biopic. Let's dive into the trenches. This is the definitive countdown. Number 10, 1917. Sam Mendes didn't just make a movie, he created a relentless ticking clock nightmare designed to look like a single, unbroken shot. This technical feat forces a level of intimacy with the protagonist that is almost suffocating. You aren't watching the Great War, you are trapped in it. The visual language here is revolutionary, using the one-shot gimmick not as a trick, but as a way to maintain a high-stakes emotional tether. Every crater and every flare in the night sky is captured with an atmospheric precision that earned it legendary status. It's a masterclass in tension, proving that sometimes the most effective way to show the scale of war is to focus on the heartbeat of just one man. Number 9. Devotion. While many war films focus on the grit of the ground, Devotion takes to the skies with a sophisticated, soulful look at the Korean War's forgotten heroes. This film excels in its visceral aerial cinematography, eschewing heavy CGI for practical effects that make the cockpit feel like a living, breathing machine. It's a story of brotherhood under fire, but the real star is the atmospheric tension during the flight sequences. The film manages to be both a soaring action piece and a quiet, respectful character study of Jesse Brown and Tom Hudner. It's an underrated goldmine for those who appreciate historical accuracy blended with high-octane emotional stakes. A truly cinematic tribute to loyalty that feels modern yet timeless. Number 8. Prisoner of War. One of the most recent entries on our list, this film leans heavily into the psychological cost of combat. It's a grueling, atmospheric dive into the isolation and resilience of soldiers held behind enemy lines. Unlike the grand spectacles on this list, this movie thrives in small, dark spaces, using the visual language of shadows and silence to build unbearable pressure. The performances are raw and visceral, capturing the slow erosion of the human spirit. It serves as a stark reminder that the battle doesn't always end when the guns stop firing. For viewers seeking a masterclass in suspense and high-stakes survival, this 2025 release is an essential, battle-tested addition to the genre. Number 7. Midway. If 1917 was about the individual, Midway is about the sheer, overwhelming scale of naval warfare. Roland Emmerich brings his signature blockbuster energy to the screen, but with a surprising level of historical reverence. The film provides a panoramic view of the pivotal Pacific battle, utilizing cutting-edge visual effects to recreate dive bombing runs that feel absolutely terrifying. It's a high-retention spectacle that never slows down, moving from intelligence rooms to the deck of aircraft carriers with surgical precision. The visual language here is bright, loud, and uncompromisingly epic. It's the kind of film that reminds us why war movies were made for the biggest screens possible. A relentless, explosive celebration of tactical brilliance and courage. Number 6. Primitive War. This is where the genre takes a sharp turn into the visceral and the surreal. Setting a survival story in the humid, claustrophobic jungles of Vietnam, Primitive War adds a layer of prehistoric terror to the traditional combat narrative. It's a bold, atmospheric experiment that blends war with horror, creating a vibe that is entirely unique on this list. The film uses the environment as a character itself. The mud, the rain, and the unseen predators in the canopy create a masterclass in environmental tension. It's a polarizing pick, but for those tired of the same old tropes, it offers a fresh, high-stakes perspective on what it means to fight for your life in an alien world. Truly a hidden gem. Number 5. Outlaw King. We're stepping back into the mud and blood of 14th century Scotland. This Netflix original is a visceral, unflinching look at Robert the Bruce's rebellion. What sets this apart is the tactical realism of its battles. There are no clean kills here, only the heavy, exhausting reality of medieval combat. The visual language is gritty and desaturated, emphasizing the harshness of the Highlands. It's a masterclass in period-accurate warfare, where every piece of plate armor feels heavy and every muddy field feels like a grave. The final battle sequence is a high-stakes display of strategic ingenuity against overwhelming odds. For fans of Braveheart who wanted more grit and less Hollywood, Outlaw King is your definitive recommendation. Number 4. Overlord. Part D-Day invasion, part science fiction nightmare, Overlord is a high-octane palate cleanser for the genre. The opening paratrooper sequence is arguably one of the most visceral and chaotic depictions of airborne combat ever filmed. It captures the sheer terror of falling into a dark burning France with a visual language that is both cinematic and horrifying. Once on the ground, the film shifts into a masterclass of genre-bending tension. It's atmospheric, loud, and unapologetically violent. While it flirts with the supernatural, its core is a battle-tested war story about a small squad facing impossible horrors. It's a hidden gem that demands to be watched with the volume turned all the way up. Number 3. Greyhound. Tom Hanks delivers a masterclass in command in this tight 90-minute thriller. The film focuses entirely on the Battle of the Atlantic, stripped of all subplots and filler. It is a pure, visceral exercise in naval tactics and sustained anxiety. The visual language is cold and metallic, reflecting the icy waters and the steel hull of the destroyer. The atmospheric sound design, the ping of the sonar, the roar of the waves, is what truly elevates this film. It's a high-stakes game of cat and mouse against an invisible enemy beneath the surface. Greyhound is a goldmine for history buffs who appreciate the technical side of war, proving that sometimes the best stories are the ones told with the most focus. Number 2. Hunter Killer. This is modern submarine warfare at its most cinematic. Hunter Killer takes the claustrophobic vibe of classic sub-movies and injects it with a high-stakes modern political thriller plot. The visual language inside the ship is all red lights and tight angles, creating a visceral sense of being miles underwater, while the world teeters on the edge of conflict. It's a masterclass in pacing, balancing quiet, tactical maneuvers with explosive, loud-scale action. Whether it's navigating a minefield or a daring SEAL team extraction, the film never loses its momentum. It's a battle-tested crowd pleaser that understands exactly what it is, a sophisticated, high-tension ride that keeps your eyes glued to the screen until the very last torpedo is fired. Number 1. Napoleon. Ridley Scott's epic is a masterclass in scale and spectacle that only a veteran director could achieve. While it divided critics with its historical liberties, there is no denying that the battle sequences, specifically the Battle of Austerlitz, are the most visceral and visually stunning depictions of 19th century warfare ever put to film. The visual language is breathtaking, using vast landscapes to show the chess match of grand-scale combat. From the thundering cavalry charges to the chilling sight of cannonballs crashing through ice, it is an atmospheric triumph. It's a goldmine of cinematic imagery that earns its spot at number 1 for its sheer ambition and the visceral power of its production design. This is war cinema at its most arrogant and beautiful. From the mud of 1917 to the frozen lakes of Napoleon, the last decade has given us a new era of battle-tested masterpieces. Each of these films offers a unique window into the visual language of conflict, proving that the war genre is more alive than ever. But what did we miss? Is there a hidden gem that should have made the list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this curated journey through the best of the best, don't forget to like and subscribe to Talkarto for more high-stakes recommendations. Until next time, keep seeking those gold mines, and we'll see you in the next one.